welcome back to my channel. I am Ariel of Life with Ariel Marie, and today I'm going to be filming a little life update. And I have all of my current favorite products right here that I have been loving for the last couple months, couple weeks, just whatever I've been using a lot of that I seem to not really be able to put down. So I figured while I'm talking about my life update, I could show you some current favorites of what I'm using. So I am going to be doing like a whole like Taylor Swift theme challenge thing, especially over on my Instagram, so you should go follow me over there. But I'm doing each album leading up to her new release in October, and I figured we could use this one for all the pretty gold for a fearless look, so I think that'll be fun. So let's get into it. I have had one of the worst years of my life. It has been awful. I mean, like, it's had some good parts. Do not get me wrong. It's had some really good parts to it, but let's maybe start with the bad stuff and then go into the good stuff, because it's always better to end on a happy note, right? So the year started, well, it did start really good. My bestie, who lives over in Ireland most of the time, was over for the new year, so that was a lot of fun to get to see her. And then I did get to see her again actually a couple of times now this year. She flies through Minnesota from Washington to Ireland, so I did get to see her a couple times, and she'll make a stop and stay here for a few days while she's going back and forth. And so that was a great start to the year. And then all of a sudden, my grandpa on my dad's side was in and out of the hospital for a majority of the beginning of the year, and he ended up passing away end of February, so that was really difficult. He was a really huge part in our life. My dad would talk to him every single day, so that was hard to see and hard to go through and have to deal with that. I have not lost any family members like yet prior to this year. I lost my grandma when I was 8, but I was so young. That was a long time ago. So that was definitely difficult, especially with also being in nursing school, which that is a whole nother thing too, because I've been in the medical field since I was 16, which I am no longer in the medical field anymore. But so that was hard. That was really, really difficult. He was really sick at the end, not himself at all. He ended up dying from cancer. So that was really hard. And then went to Boston, which had a great time with my bestie and my mom, and we just kind of like went around Boston. We went to the ice cream museum. I'll see if I can find some cute like pictures to put up from that trip. And we went to Chinatown in Boston. I think it's called Chinatown. And I found this cutest Asian beauty store, which I loved. I actually ended up finding one of my favorite masks of all time, which you'll see in my empties video that was posted right before this. So that is on my channel if you want to see that. It was like a Kokochi mask, which I am having such a hard time finding. So I hope I can find that again because I love that mask. So that was just kind of a long weekend trip in Boston. And honestly, I don't know if I would go to Boston again. I personally felt like everyone there was kind of rude, but also I'm from the Midwest. So that could just be, I'm not used to East Coast, like, personality and, like, how, I don't know, how people are over there. Like, I'm used to Midwest, like, I'm from Minnesota. Minnesota nice is definitely a thing. You leave Minnesota, go somewhere and then come back and you're like, oh, Minnesota nice is a thing. Because like I live here and I was like, it's not like people are not like necessarily always the nicest. No, it's definitely a thing. And so that could have also just been, I'm not used to how things are there. Like the East Coast is definitely very different from the Midwest. Boston really felt like Minnesota though. It felt like Minneapolis. So I could see our city having drawn a lot of like architecture and all that from Boston. That would not surprise me. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. That was really nice to see my bestie again, because we're kind of long-term besties, but she's the best because she'll come to Minnesota all the time. I used the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. This is my favorite brow gel because of the wand. Like, it's such a unique wand that I'm really surprised other brands haven't hopped on yet. Like, it's like a comb. We need more of that than the brow wands. I used the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil in shade Taupe. I love the mini brow and pencils much better, and I've been really liking this. This is actually the one that I used to replace my Benefit Precisely My Brow. I would honestly say they're a dupe, but I'm not a dupe channel. I'm not very good at pointing out dupes of the formulas, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So don't take my word on that, but that is what I would say. Then I use the e.l.f. Wow Brow Tinted Gel. I'm just trying to go through this because, once again, I'm really not supporting e.l.f. anymore. So if you have, because I love the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus, but I would love to find a drugstore alternative. So if you have any suggestions on like a tinted brow like gel with fibers, I would love to hear that. So let me know down in the comments. Okay, so I went to Boston and oh, I forgot to grab my eye primer. I've been using this Morphe Solo Artist Priming Cream eyeshadow to prime my eyes. I typically use the NARS Soft Matte Pot Concealer. Love, love, love this stuff. This is, I don't even know how many jars I've gone through of this, but I've been wanting to test this out, and this is really nice. I don't think I could use it to conceal spots on my face like the NARS one, but also honestly it kind of feels very similar. So maybe, I guess I haven't tried, but I've been using this for my eyes. Came back, and for the last, I don't know, like year, 2 years or so, my other grandpa, oh, not paying attention, that just went all in my eyebrow. My other grandpa on my mom's side has been in and out of the hospital doing chemo because he also had cancer. So that was definitely that was something else. And in and out visiting him in the hospital, helping with getting grandma back and forth because grandma has macular degeneration, so she can't drive to and from the hospital. So my mom did a lot of that, and I would help when help was needed. And he started going downhill in about March, like even more downhill than he was. And it was just like, oh, this sucks. Like, we just lost grandpa on my dad's side. So my dad is grieving, dealing with that. My mom is helping deal with that because they dealt with all of the estate and everything like that. And then come end of May, my grandpa on my mom's side passed away, which was very difficult. Like, that was really hard to get through because I was really close. I was close with both my grandpas, but like, I saw my grandpa on my mom's side more and more of his health journey because my grandpa on my dad's side kind of hid most of his health journey. It wasn't any of our business. So I saw a lot more of that grandpa's health journey and saw him in the hospital a lot more. And especially just having gone through 3 months prior to that death, to having him pass was really hard. Okay, I had to take a little break because that was harder than I thought it was going to be to talk about. But I am using the One Size setting powder just to set my eyes. Gotta set this shadow down because I'm not using any other cream shadows in my look. So yeah, that was really difficult. Still obviously difficult. It's only been a few months since that happened. He passed away, and then my grandma ended up getting moved into an apartment because she didn't need a big house anymore, and she doesn't need any assisted living or anything. It's just this place does have an assisted living section. So like they have independent living and then assisted living. Like if anything were to happen, then they have the staff there for that. So she's like independently living in like an apartment like everyone else. But that happened within a month. Like thankfully I didn't have to deal with any of that. I just got to reap the benefits of going to see her, stuff like that. And then after that happened, about June, we went on, so no, that's a really happy part. So then like a month ago, now we're 3 more months later, my childhood pet ended up passing away. So I have Achilles here at my house. Like that's mine and Caleb's cat. Achilles is the best. He's the best boy, fluffy boy. He might end up showing up in this video. Sometimes he kind of does what he wants. But my cat growing up, Violet, like when I went away to college, stayed with my parents. So she became my mom's cat. And she was like 20, 22. So like she was definitely an old lady. So it's not like she passed away young. But then, so like 3 months later, because now we've had it every 3 months this year, she ended up passing. And that was also really hard because like I go over to my mom and dad's a lot, and I like grew up with her. She would like sleep next to me in bed growing up with her and stuff like that. And so then she ended up passing away, and that was my first pet death too. Every other animal we had ended up like, I was just either too young to have them like really understand what was happening or like what was going on. So that was hard. That's still fairly fresh. So going over there, like my mom and dad are really going through it. Because also like they just both lost their fathers and now they lost their pet. And so like going over there sometimes can be kind of sad because of, I'm gonna do this shade. This is the Nomad Berlin Underground palette. I love Nomad Cosmetics. They have some of the best eyeshadow formulas on the market. So that is shade Chow Stage. This one right here. I'm just gonna kind of put this everywhere. Lid, crease, everything. So that was really, that was sad. And it's just like loss after loss after loss. And I don't care what anyone says, losing a pet is difficult. Losing grandparents is difficult. Losing people is difficult. But losing a pet is also difficult. Like when everyone's like, oh, it's just a cat, it's just a dog. No, it's not. That is an animal that is part of your life. They have been part of your life. You come home to them. You see them when you visit other people. Like, they are part of your life. You have to keep them alive. You have to feed them. You have to change your litter box, stuff like that. So it's not just a cat. It's not just a dog. Like, have a little empathy towards people who have lost anything, anyone. Like, a loss is a loss, and it's still very difficult to deal with. So that is definitely something that we have all been dealing with over here. So I'm just kind of loosely putting this everywhere. Nothing like having a tutorial right in the middle of a life update video, but who wants to just sit and watch me strictly just talk? So yeah, I'm just kind of putting this everywhere. I'm not being super precise with it. Like, I'm making sure to get it on my lid and my crease, above my crease, because I do have hooded eyes. So I need to go above my crease so you can actually see most of my color. And I'm holding my brush like way towards the back because like I don't need to be precise with any of my color that I'm depositing. And also with how I do my eyeshadow, it's definitely a you need to trust the process looks. Like, that's how my eyeshadow, like, you're gonna think it looks crazy until it's done and then you're like, oh, okay, like, yeah, that was definitely trust the process. And then I used a nice big fluffy brush to deposit that. So I'm gonna go into another brush. Okay, so this brush is still fluffy, but it's not as big as the other one. Like, it's not as tall, but it's still fluffy. So I'm gonna get a little bit more precise application with this one. And I'm going to dip into Helden, this yellow shade right here. Oops, I should clean off my brush first. You'd think I would be prepared for this video. I clearly was only semi-prepared. I like to use the It Cosmetics brush bath. This is like just an instant cleaner, and then every once in a while I will use a Zotiche soap and actually like deep clean my brushes with soap and water and let them sit on my counter to dry, because like this is an instant clean, but it's not a good like deep clean. So I'm gonna go into that shade Helden, like I said. I'm gonna be just a little more precise with this, but not like crazy precise. So I'm gonna start in my crease and work my way up. Kind of get that all over my lid and then work my way up with that, because that's gonna give us a nice blend with that other shadow. In all reality, could have done this shadow first and then done the other shadow first, because I am blending them together to give me a very nice, like, in the end, it's going to look like this very nice blend and gradient. Okay, now that we got all the sad stuff of the year so far, oh, no, like a month ago, we also figured out that my aunt has cancer. So both grandpas had passed away from cancer. And then now we had figured out one of my aunts has cancer. So I really feel for my cousins who are having to deal with that with their mom going through cancer treatments, because it's not a fun thing to do. Like, I've worked in a hospital for many, many years, and I dealt with kids who had cancer, adults who had cancer, and seeing those families have to go through that is rough. And then having to have gone through it with my grandparents was hard too. Anyways, oh no, more sad. So I have been wanting to like leave the medical field for a while. I've not been happy. I switched over from pediatric ICU and cardiovascular ICU over to a adult med surge like step down unit. So they weren't quite med surge level, but they weren't ICU level. So it's like that. So that's why they call them step down units. It's like that kind of middle. So I was like, oh, maybe I just need to get away from peds, try something else. Like, that's the nice thing when you work in a hospital and in the medical field, you can kind of bounce around. Unless you're a doctor with specialties, that's a whole different thing. And I have not been enjoying it. I've been hating it. Like, I would like cry going to work, coming home from work for the last couple years, and I just was despising it. Like, I wasn't loving it like I had used to. And so I was like, I just need to make it through nursing school. And it'll be fine. Well, this year hit, and well, I decided I'm done. I am done. I'm not going to finish nursing school. I don't like it. I don't want to be in the medical field. I don't want to be working with patients anymore. I don't want to be in a hospital. I don't want to be in clinic. I don't want to be doing that anymore. Like, I have done it since I was 16 and I am now 30. I am done. I don't have the heart for it anymore. Like, my heart is all burnt out from that. It's just not my journey anymore. And it took me all summer to really like come to terms with what I had been feeling since COVID, because I worked a lot. I used to be working like the maximum number of hours, and then just as the years had gone through, I started working less and less and not picking up hours, and I just needed to come to terms with in myself that that's just not my journey anymore. Like, it used to be my dream, but it's not my dream anymore. And our dreams can change and our journeys change and life path changes, and that's okay. That is okay, because no one's life path is perfect. And if someone tells you it is, either they're lying to you, or you know what, they've just lived a very amazing life, and I'm happy and proud for them. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out which golds I want to do. So let's kind of put them all on my fingers, kind of see what these look like. So I'm swatching all like the golds and coppers in this palette. Ooh, those definitely give me fearless vibes. I don't know why, but like this one, especially being gold with a silver reflect, like, does that not give you fearless vibes? Come on. Okay. I am going to use these two shades. I'm gonna use this on my pinky in my outer corner and this on my inner. Right? I'm gonna use all three of these ones. This one is too green, but I think I can pull these three off. Okay. We'll see what I end up doing. Sometimes you just kind of gotta go with the flow and see how it all works out. Good thing about makeup is if it doesn't work out, it washes off. You can just wash it off. Like, it's not that serious. So yeah, I made that decision. I'm going to go into the wall, this shade right here. So made that decision. Plus, I didn't do very well this last semester because there had just been so much going on, and it was too much for me. I'm gonna put this in my outer corner here. I put my camera in a weird spot today, too late. But I'm going to bring it above the crease because you won't be able to see much of it on my lid. So I'm going to bring that up above the crease. And I decided to go back to school for a complete, like a 180, not even in a major close to related to healthcare, and I went into business. So I am working towards a business management and marketing degree instead. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it's been so much better than nursing school. Nursing school is its whole other beast. Like, please give grace and patience to those you know in nursing school. You just need to help them through those 2 to 4 years because there's no other major like it in the United States. Not a single major like it. They treat you like you're in grad school. You have to get 94% or higher to get an A. Like, you're not allowed to fail. Like, you have to take clinicals, labs, and a class to pass your one course that you only get 1 grade in, but you have a lab and a clinical component and all. Like, just give grace to your nursing student friends because you're not going to see them for a couple years, but that's their journey and they won't have time for you. there's no other major out there like it. Don't tell them like, well, I went to college. It's nothing like, no other major is like it. It's not. So this has been so very different. The professors treat it very differently. I also just enjoy my homework and schoolwork now. I don't know if I was showing you, I'm spraying with MAC Fix Plus just to kind of give that glitter a little extra bonus. Also, I'm not being super precise with this because we will blend that all together. Now I'm going to go into Poor But Sexy. That is this gold shade right in the middle of the palette. Oh, that is beautiful. And I'm going to put this on the inner part of my lid and bring that up. So yeah, I've actually been really enjoying that. It's only been a few weeks into business school, so obviously I know it'll get harder, but I can do this 100% online. I don't have to go into classes. I don't have to be up at 8 a.m. to go to a class because I just don't function very well that early. I have been in the medical field for a long time, and I worked a lot of 3 to 11 shifts, 5 to 1 a.m. shifts, overnight. So I'm very much in that second and third shift worker. Like, I had many, many years of training me to be that. So I am not good at getting up really early. Like, I'm just not. I'm a night owl, and I always have been. And then many years of training into that with my job and flipping shifts. Just taking that fluffy yellow brush that I used before and just kind of, as you can see, blending out those edges. So yeah, that's what I like. I can do the online stuff as long as it's before the due dates, obviously, when I want. And then I can also do this because I love to do this. So yeah, that is one good, bad, whatever you want to look at it thing that has happened. So I'm completely shifting my future outcome. I want to darken up that outer corner a little bit more. So I'm going to go into SO36. That's this shade right here. I'm going to put a little bit of that in my outer corner here because I just want to deepen it just a little. Am I giving fearless vibes? I hope. I want to give this a little bit more dimension. It's hard because I have smaller eyes, but you work with what you got. You can't change your eye shape. I wouldn't do a surgery to change my eye. If I did a surgery, it would be because I have a lazy eye. So it would be to lift, because like this eye, like my lid is lazy. My actual eyeball is lazy too. So I would go in to get this lifted because it gets worse as I get older. So it's definitely going to be a problem that I actually will have to deal with eventually. Right now, it is not a problem. If I did it, it would be just a cosmetic surgery, but it eventually will become a problem because also when I get really tired, like it can sometimes get difficult to see. So I just don't want it's going to get worse as I age. So I'm going to have to do an upper bleph to actually like correct that, because it could get lazier as I get older. Oh, there we go. And then we will clean up in just a minute. I want to do my inner corner now. So I'm going to take just this little tiny baby brush, just a little guy. Clean that off because that has blue on it from my last look. I'm going to go into Dutch Punk. That's this shimmer. And put that into my inner corner to brighten the eye look. Yes. Yes. I love that. I love it. Okay. Now I'm going to clean up underneath my eyes to get rid of all of this fallout because I was quite rough with my shadows today. It's also why I always do my shadow first, just in case. Just in case. Sometimes I'll do looks, I'll get fallout, sometimes I won't. And I sharpen that line out here. Get rid of to make space so I can do my under eye shadow. I don't like this micellar water. I don't think it works very well. I really like the Bio, it comes in a pink clear bottle, but a pink top. I forgot what it's called, but this is the Garnier micellar water with hyaluronic acid and aloe all in one replumb. I don't like this stuff, but I like the Bio one. I really like that one. Like, I know that's a little more expensive and this tried to dupe it, but I just don't think this is nearly as good. Okay, but I'm trying to use it because, like, I have it, so it's fine for what I use it for. I'm gonna take a tissue to dry that off. So underneath, what I do is I just essentially take the matte shades that I use up top and bring them down. I don't typically bring the shimmer shades down that I use. Gotta clean off this brush. I've been doing a lot of very colorful looks, so my brushes are definitely needing a good deep clean. So I'm going to take this brush. It's shorter, it's a little bit flatter, it's got a little bit of fluff to it. And I'm going to dip into that Held In shade, that matte yellow in this palette. And I really want to smoke out my bottom lash line. So I bring that pretty far down. I want to be able to see it under my lashes. I want it smoked out. Think of this as like a yellow gold smoky eye. Apparently it's hard to talk while I'm doing my eyes. I probably should have talked a lot more during my base. So yeah, I did that shift. And now let's back it up a little bit. Let's go to June. Went on a large vacation. It was a lot of fun. We had so much fun. It sucked because I got pretty sick afterwards, but it is what it is. You can't do anything about it. We went on a week-long cruise. We went on the Disney Treasure, which is their newest ship, and then they have a new ship coming out later this year. We went on the Disney Treasure, and sorry, I have a protein coffee here, and I just really need to drink that. And that was so much fun. We love going on cruises. We've been on a handful of Disney cruises, and it's definitely something we really want to do. We love doing that, so that's going to be I am going to dip into this shade, the, oh my gosh, Chow Stage, I think is how you say it. And I'm going to do that on a much finer liner brush to get this closer to my lash line. To bring some definition. And so it was a week on the cruise, and then we did a week and a half afterwards at Disney World and Universal. And we had a lot of fun. It was really hot, so we got to stop going in June. We're just getting too old. It's too hot, too busy. June is just not the month to go to Disney and Universal, I can tell you that. Because we were at Universal and there was a lot of school trips there. A lot of school trips. And it was just like, oh my God, there's so many just big chunks of schools here. This is way too much. Way too much for us. But we went on the cruise. It was so cool to have the different, like they have an Avengers restaurant and they have, like this one is kind of based more around adventure and it's super cute, super fun. I loved all the coloring. It was like my favorite, like teal and mint color was everywhere. And they had this really amazing cocoa restaurant. So like they have Mexican, and then like in the middle of the restaurant, there's a stage, and they like throughout your dinners, they would come out and perform on stage and sing and do like, it was like cocoa themed, like the movie. And it was so cool to watch, so much fun. And I ended up getting engaged on the cruise. He had been hiding the ring for a year and a half. We picked the ring out in October, or on Halloween 2023. It is 2025 now. So apparently he had bought the ring in December of 2023 and had been holding on to it. And he was waiting for this big vacation to give it to me because he knew I would love to get engaged on the cruise. I was getting ready. We were at an island that day. I don't even remember what island it was now, and all of a sudden we were there and we were like, oh, tonight is formal night. Usually it's later on in the cruise, so to have formal night on night like 1 or 2 was very weird. We're not used to that. So you kind of like, if you want, you don't have to, you can get a little more dressed up for your dinner and it's just a little more formal. They have a lot more picture like spots set up. So you can get some nice family pictures if you wanted. We didn't, of course, get any pictures because we were just too caught up in the moment. But I'm going to take that same brush and dip into this darker shade, Club Knot. The shade down here. And he was like, oh, so do you want to do formal night? And then they have a semi-formal night later. And he's like, do you want to do it tonight or whatever? I was like, I don't know. Like, I wasn't prepared for it to be that night. But we ended up doing it. I got ready. I will post the picture. And of course, the picture is from after we got engaged because I completely forgot to take a picture before of me and my outfit. But I'll post it right here. I'm in a really cute black dress with really cute like pearl heels on, and I did my hair and my makeup. And when I was finished doing my hair and makeup, I had my dress on and everything. And he was standing out on the balcony because we got a room with a veranda. And he was like, oh, hey, love, you need to come out here and look at this. Like, this is a weird cloud in the skyline, which is not an abnormal thing. Like, he would point out weird things to me like that. So I was like, oh, okay. And I went out there to look. And I turn around and there he is, like, with our veranda open. He's in the door, down on one knee. Will you marry me? And I didn't really tear up. I think I teared up a little. But the first thing I said was, I'm not wearing waterproof mascara. Or I said yes. And then I was like, and of course, I'm not even wearing waterproof mascara. Like, I was so, like, I was kind of expecting it, but also I was just kind of like, no, it's not going to happen. And because, like, he was so adamant leading up to the cruise that, like, we should really dress up for formal night. We should, because typically we don't, like, dress up for formal nights. Like, we're not crazy formal people. So I had to go and find a dress and like I tried on over like 30 dresses. I could not find a dress that I liked, and ordered from Amazon, returned, went to so many stores. My bestie was in town right before this cruise. She came down early June, and we did so much shopping, so much dress trying on. The fact that she put up with me and trying, oh my gosh, how many did she watch me? I think she watched me try on at least 25 dresses. Like, between ordering from Amazon and going to Macy's, and we finally found my dress at Macy's. I put it on and we were both looking in the mirror because she had to like help me zip up the dress. So like she was helping me try my dresses on, and we both looked and we were like, that dress looks so good. Like, your waistline's gone. Like, that dress looks so pretty. That's your dress. And we were like, what if this is one we get you get engaged in? And what if these are your engagement shoes? I was like, maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't think he bought the ring. Like, where would he have put it? And like, it's like, I was like, I have a feeling, but I don't want to get my hopes up. Oh, I just lined my upper lash line with that same black. Oh, so pretty. I'm gonna just kind of, on that little fluffier brush, I want to go back into that Chow Stage brown and just kind of blend a little bit more. We'll clean up with like our concealer. And I was like, I don't want to get my hopes up. Like, it could just be formal night. Like, I don't, like, he doesn't have the ring. There's no way he spent that much money on getting a ring this year. Like, it's been, I don't know when he would have gotten it. How's, like, we packed together too. So I was like, where the hell is the ring? Like, we packed. Turns out my dad had the ring. So we went to the cabin right after my grandpa passed, my mom, my grandma, and I. And it was just us three up there. And he apparently, that's when he gave the ring to my dad. And my dad brought it. So my dad had a backpack that he carried on and had the ring the whole time. And he was hiding that the whole time because the night before, we stayed in the same hotel room because we like to go down the night before for a cruise, because in case anything happens, like with your flight or whatever, you're not going to miss your cruise because you have a little more leeway. And we went to the beach, which we had so much fun. Like, I'll put some pictures of that, of us on the beach. It was down by the cruise dock, so we also kind of watched the cruises sail out. We had so much fun in the ocean. So much fun. And so like my dad was hiding the ring this whole time. Same room with me. It was just in his backpack. Like, he wouldn't let his backpack like out of his sight for most of the time. And it was so cute. And Will was like, okay, so how did he get the ring from my dad to me? Like, to him? Because if my dad brought it on the cruise, like flew down with it, had it in his thing, and like we were together the whole trip. He ended up apparently that day just ran into my dad and was like, we need to go get the ring. I think I'm going to propose tonight. As my dad had put it in their safe in their cruise room. So we didn't share cruise rooms. And he then went and got it and put it into like his pocket. So then he could propose that night. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Control Mattifying Primer. I don't know how I honestly don't really know if primers do anything. Ooh, had stuff on my hands. Apparently didn't wipe my hands very well. That's okay. We can fix that. And he ended up proposing that night. I feel like I barely remember that night. After he proposed, we went to dinner, and I was like, we were all cute. He got all dressed up too. I don't really have a picture. I'll post a picture. I'll put it up here if I have one, because I think my mom might have taken one of us at dinner. But like, we don't have a full picture like I wanted, but whatever, it's fine. And like we sit down and mom and dad are at dinner and they're like, because they didn't know if he was going to wait till after dinner or before dinner. They just knew he wasn't going to do it like in public because like he knew I didn't want that, and he didn't want that either, to get public, like proposed to in front of a bunch of people. And so they're just like sitting there like waiting to decide, and I showed him the ring and I was like, I just got engaged, and they're like, finally. Because also apparently they had known, I think my mom knew for a month and then my dad knew for a couple months before then. So like they had known that this was happening, and those people can't keep a secret for the life of them. And well, they apparently can keep a secret. This is the foundation that I have really been loving. This is the Benefit Professional Foundation, the shade 1C Ultimate. And I have been really enjoying, like I've done full day wear tests with this foundation, and it's a really good one. I'm combo oily. In the summer, I'm very oily, and in the winter, I get oily with dry patches. And I have been loving this foundation. It looks so good. Highly, highly suggest. I've worn this so much. I've put this through the test, different primers, different setting sprays, different setting powders, and it holds up. It holds up and looks good through even my worst days. I sat out on a patio. It was 80 plus degrees out, really humid, and it still held up, and I was out there for hours. So this is definitely a winner. I could see this being in my top foundations for the year. So I'll be doing those videos in December. I'm going to do my top products, favorites, hits and misses, stuff like that at the end of the year. So we got engaged on the cruise. That was super amazing because I also had kind of like built it up in my head like it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Not after everything that this year has gone through. Like, it's just not gonna happen. And it happened. It happened. And we just had such a blast on that cruise. I would say of the cruise ships, it's not my favorite cruise ship that Disney has put together. I've been on a couple. I think so far my favorite is the Fantasy. But the Treasure was so much fun. We had a lot of fun at Castaway Cay. That is Disney's private island, and just swimming in the ocean there too. And Caleb and I both really like to swim, so we had lots of fun doing that, kind of like we were kids again. And so that was definitely one amazing thing that happened this year. Looking at weddings and planning weddings is not amazing. I can tell you that. Weddings are very expensive. So lots of options are being brought up and thought about. I did find my dress though. I'm not going to post a picture of it though. Nobody is going to see my dress until I walk down the aisle. So the only person who has seen my dress is my mom, because she went with me to pick it out. And I can tell you I look like a princess, and I am beautiful and stunning in it. I'm not going to tell anyone the shape of the dress, the silhouette of the dress, the fabric of the dress, nothing. Nobody will see it until I walk down the aisle. So it's going to be a kind of full reveal for everybody, a full reveal for everybody. I'm going to do a first look with Caleb, and then I'm also going to do a first look with my dad before I walk down the aisle. But yeah, so the only people who've seen it is me and my mom, and it's beautiful. I love it. It'll be here middle of February, so I'll have plenty of time because we're not going to get married till either April or October of 2027. So yeah, I'll have my dress in February 2026. So I'll have my dress for over a year before we even get married. But that's okay. It's my dream dress. It's the perfect dress. For all I know, this dress might not even be for sale in a year. Okay. I blended that to death. I did not need to blend my foundation that much, but look at how good that is. That looks so, so good. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I used the In Beauty Project Mineral Sun Glow Broad Spectrum and Fair Medium. That was my sunscreen I used today. I put that on before the video so it could set in for, if you have time, you should try to let your sunscreen set in for 15 to 20 minutes. If you have the time, you don't necessarily have to do that before you do your makeup. Okay, this is a long video. I need to get my act together. I'm going to go in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. Just a little bit in here, because I don't have too bad of dark circles I have to cover. This is just more, kind of helps with my redness that I have in here. I'm having a little bit more redness right now. I put down my nose because this stuff stays really well. And like my foundation on my nose, no matter what foundation I use, always comes off, so that just adding concealer there helps with that. So that was a good thing that happened this year, and I'm very excited for that, and kind of looking at different venues. But man, weddings are expensive. Even cheap weddings are expensive. The only way to have a true cheap wedding is to not have a wedding and just go elope. If you want to cater or do anything like that, like even if you have a backyard wedding and say you cater for it, catering is expensive. So yeah, that's definitely been something we've had to come to terms with. So we're gonna go to the wedding fair in November. My bestie is flying into town. I'm gonna go. I asked my cousin and my bestie to be in my wedding party. And so we're gonna all, mom, cousin, and bestie, go to the wedding fair and kind of see our options, because I have toured a couple of venues and I just don't know if those are gonna work out. Like, I don't want to spend a house payment on a wedding. I would rather get a house than spend a house down payment on a wedding. If you did, or if you are, like, proud of you, like, it's your wedding. You spend as much money or as little money as you want on your wedding. If you elope in the middle of nowhere or in Vegas and no one's there with you and it's just you and your spouse, like, you do what makes you happy. And if you end up spending $100,000 on a wedding, $1,000 on a wedding, or just money on the marriage certificate, like, you do what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. You are the bride. You are getting married. The couple that's getting married is the only people that matter. Your decisions and it is your wedding. So don't let anyone tell you, well, you need to do this, you need to do this, or why can't this person come, or why can't this person come, or you should invite. Nope, it's your wedding. Your wedding, your decisions. Okay? I don't want to hear about anyone saying anything else. It's your day. If you want 500 million people there, or if you want just you and your parents, or just you, it's your wedding. So that's your prerogative. Just kind of blending that concealer out. I'm going to use a cream bronzer. This is the Too Faced Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick in Milk Chocolate. I got this at the Ulta 50% off sale, and I've used it every single day since I got it. I have a couple cream bronzers in my drawer, and I can tell you none of them are as creamy as this one. Got it there. On my lips. Just a tiny bit on my nose. I don't really think I need much sculpting on my nose. Definitely need sculpting down here. Your girl's got a double chin. Like, your girl's got a double chin. I got my camera up a little higher to help with that, but like, if you look at my last video, it's fine. You know what? Some things you just can't change. It's just genetically how you look. So yeah, that's been very eye-opening to see those prices. So yeah, we're gonna go to the wedding fair and just kind of see what else is out there. Because I was looking at a fairly high glam venue. It was a mansion. It was beautiful. Honestly, I love that venue so much, but I don't know if that and then the catering price, because you have to go through, because some venues you have to go through their catering, and this venue you didn't have the option of bringing in outside catering. And I got that catering quote back and I'm like, I don't know if the venue pricing and that catering pricing is worth it. It's one day. It's just one day. And yes, I want to feel like a princess, but I want to be a princess with a house one day. And I would like a house sooner rather than later. That way my library and maybe my beauty office will be separate rooms. So can't do that with where we are. Another thing that happened this year was we moved. So that was nice. It's really nice to be in our own space now. Actually, I'm also going to go into a cream blush. These are my favorite cream blushes on the market. These are from Westman Atelier. This is the Blush Cheeks Blush Stick in the shade Coquette. I want to do a very light pink shade because I want my eyes to be the like star of this look. So I don't want my, oh my God. I don't want anything else to stand out. So we moved. We lived in an apartment, which we really loved, but management started sucking and they started nickeling and diming literally everything. I don't really want to hear anyone's opinions on apartment living. A lot of people are like, well, that's what you have to pay for because you live in an apartment. No, if you're a jerk and you just want to screw your tenant over and nickel and dime them, like my amenities I shouldn't have to pay for. I understand doing a deposit, like in case there's any damage, but I shouldn't have to pay an hourly rate that I don't get back for an amenity that is supposed to be part of my rent. So if you're a person who's like, well, you have to deal with the fees of a renter, like that's why you're renting, just say you're a jerk. Just say you like treating people and renters strictly as an income and not as humans. Because my amenities I shouldn't have to pay for. That's why they're called an amenity, not an add-on. Okay? Just don't be a jerk. And the other fact was like when we signed our lease, the amenities we didn't have to pay for. And then towards the end we had to pay for them because they can change the leasing terms whenever they want, yet we were not allowed to change our leasing terms, add on, or take away from it. Just saying. I don't want to hear your business bullshit of like, well, they need to make money too. No. They made a lot of money from my rent because I had to pay rent. I had to pay for parking spots. I had to pay for our pet, which is fine. Like we have no problem paying for our cat. We understand that animals come with liability, but I had to pay for all of that. And then we had to pay a parking spot fee for each of our parking spots. So we were paying for 2 of that. And then now we have to pay for our amenities. No. So we left. And now we are in a townhome. It's much bigger. It's much nicer. It's nicer to not have, we don't have anyone above us. We don't have anyone below us. It has a 2-car garage on it in a very nice area. Love it. We love being in a townhome. It's perfect. And Achilles now has stairs for the first time. He's never been in a place where he had stairs before. Let's do bronzer. This is my favorite bronzer in my collection. This is the Dibs, the Duet Baked Bronzer Duo in Vanilla Latte, because I have to get the palest shade because I'm very fair. It smells like chocolate, just like the Too Faced stick. The Too Faced stick smells very, very, very strongly of chocolate, but once you blend it out, you don't smell it. And your girl is pale, so I need bronze. I dipped in too much. I did not need to dip in that much. It's okay. And blends out beautifully. I also need to clean this brush. Holy cow. Beautiful. Oh, I didn't even, Jesus. And I like to go a little down my neck. Then I am going to dip into the NYX Buttermelt Blush in the shade Butter Together. These are a great blush formula, but I am going to tell you they are pigmented. So coat your brush, tap off the excess, tap some off on your hand, because it's always easier to add more than to take away. Oh gosh, such a beautiful color. And the problem is, so like, if you go overboard, so what I do, this is why I haven't done my powder yet. Also, I'm kind of letting my concealer sink in, because I also just kind of have a weird face shape. So now what I do, I go back in and make sure to blend out any creasing that my concealer has created while I was talking. Make sure to, don't want any, because I do have lines on my forehead. Then I'm going to take my setting powder. I'm going to use the One Size setting powder. Put some in the cap. Then I take a kind of fluffier brush, dip it in, swirl it in my hand to work it into the brush, look up, set. And then that also just softens the edge of your blush. And then I take that and set any place I get really oily. So I do my nose, under my eyes, my cheeks, I get really oily, and here I have big pores. And then I don't really set anywhere else because I don't need to. But if you felt like you went overboard on your blush, you can take your setting powder and just kind of go over it, and it'll soften that blush so much. I'm gonna set my face, and then we will finish the eyes. I'm gonna start with my MAC Fix Plus. I've been doing this recently because I just feel like my setting sprays have been making me too dewy and kind of melting my makeup off a little bit. So I kind of went back to the tried and true Fix Plus, and I did that and I loved it. Where's my fan? So we're gonna do that. I love this fan. I got this fan on one of our Disney trips, and they put my name on it. Isn't that cute? And it's just so cute and sparkly and pink. Okay. That looks so beautiful. Let's put on mascara and lashes. I'm going to be using this Too Faced Ribbon Lash. I got this to test out. It came in a kit that I got from Sephora. And then I'm going to put these are Kiss lashes in Noble Ease. These are from the Muses collection, and I just about a month ago started testing out putting on lashes, and I've been loving it. I was never really a big lash girly, like it was too hard, too difficult, but I kind of am now. So let me put these on and then I'll be back. That I definitely cannot talk through while I'm doing. I have my lashes on and I think it looks so good. And I did end up tight lining, and on my waterline I used the Lancome Lace Stylo waterproof long lasting eyeliner in Noir Intense Matte shade 2. I've been using this eyeliner forever. So let's finish up this makeup look. I just got this and I'm obsessed. I've used it. I hate saying that because everyone's like, I'm obsessed. All of a sudden, I'm obsessed, I'm obsessed, I'm obsessed. And then you never see them use it again. But I have really been loving this One Size Boucle Silk Powder. I have the shade Fair, which is the lightest shade you can get. But I take a puff, rub it in there, work it into the puff. So since I had already set, this is a finishing powder. I just, here, I'll do one side. I just kind of pat it in under the eyes. Look at here to here. I should scoot in. I had to go fix my contacts, so I'm not sitting in the same spot I was when I left. But like, look at this to this. Pores, I don't know her. I don't know her. So now I'm gonna do the other side. And I just, anywhere I need a little extra finish. I kind of go for my nose. I feel like it has helped. Like, my skin looks like cat hair. I'm surprised he didn't show up at all for this video. It is his prime time nap time. You'd think he did with the cat hair. Okay, nope. And I just feel like it really does help with my under eyes. So I'm definitely gonna be putting this more and more to the test. And of course, in true, because I'm clearly stuck in like updated 2026 makeup. I say updated because they didn't really use much blush or anything like that, but it's definitely 2026 vibes. I'm going to use the NYX Buttermelt highlighter in the shade Bright and Butter. Love a good highlight. Also, a lot of the brushes I have are from, oh my gosh, 26 through 2019 era. Went a little heavy, that's okay. It'll be okay, it's not a big deal. I'm just a little. Like, I still want my highlight. Oh, I didn't do the top of my mouth, my lips. Too little on the nose. Just whatever is left over on the brush. I don't want anything too crazy. Okay. And then, because like I said, I want my eyes to shine, I'm going to use this Maybelline Lifter Liner in the shade Out of Line. Just to give my lips a little something. So I blend that into my lips. Then I'm going to take this Rare Beauty Flicker lip gloss. I believe these are called the Positive Light lip gloss, but like that's not actually on the package. Because since this is a fearless kind of inspired look, I feel like it's very fearless to just kind of put on a sparkly gloss. Don't know why. Don't ask why I feel like that. I just kind of do. And then that is the full look. Beautiful. Let me finish I'll do my hair and then I will come back and do the outro. Okay, it has been a couple hours since I filmed the video. Obviously, like, the lighting's different. It started raining, storming. I got distracted. ADHD mode is full blown today. But anyways, it actually kind of worked out perfectly because I'm getting a little oily, so I would want to blot about now. And I was thinking of using the Boucle powder, which is what I did to like finish my makeup. So I wanted to see, or to show you, because I have used it as like a blotting powder before and I really enjoyed it. So I wanted to kind of test it out again, because also like it just came out, so like you need to continue to test. So I will like do it on this side. As you can see, like I'm getting greasy. Like, pores who? And it still looks so good. Like, I don't look cakey. That's my highlight. But I don't look cakey. It pulled up some of that oil. And I'm not like a flat matte. It's a very skin-like finish. I need to really trim my bangs, y'all. But I love this. And on the camera, I still look a little shiny, and I think that's my lights. Well, actually, I'm just using my mirror as lights. I do have a light set up, but I don't have it turned on. See, that's if I turn on that like big light that I have. But I just have my makeup mirror light on. So I think that's why I'm getting a little more shiny. Here, let me turn it off. Like, I feel like you can't... In person, all that oil is gone. So I am definitely going to continue to use this because as an oily girly, I actually really like that. And I like the finish. And it doesn't make me look cakey. It's not enhancing my pores. I honestly feel like my pores have kind of disappeared. Because the thing is like, I can bring you really up close and show you what it looks like. The thing is I don't like to judge my makeup from right here. Because you're not looking at your makeup right here. People are not looking at your makeup from right here. They are looking at your makeup from about an arm's length away. So I like to judge my makeup a half to a full arm's length away because no one needs to be this close. If people are this close to me, then trust me, they don't care what your makeup looks like. That's not why they're that close to you. So anyways, I think this looks really good. Thank you so much for staying and watching my life update video. I'm going to have my makeup roulettes back. I have one of those posted already from earlier this year. So I'm going to bring that back. I'm going to try to do that a little less wasteful without the paper. And plus I've got new products since then. I would like to do like monthly favorites, maybe some hits and misses, purchase or pass videos. Let me know what you want to see. Like, what would you want my opinion on? What kind of videos would you want me to do and make? And I will definitely implement those, look into that, see if it's even anything I can do. But until next time, I will see you next week on the next video. It's